So the scenes in South Carolina over the weekend, just what you see behind me, emergency responders, residents rushing to get out of the way of fast burning fires that erupted there. One forest fire near Myrtle Beach has burned upwards of 1,600 acres, prompting some evacuations. And that is just one of the 175 fires that are now burning in that state. Several fires are also reported in North Carolina, threatening some of the areas still recovering from the disaster left behind from Hurricane Helene. CNN's Nick Valencia is in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for us this morning. Nick, what's the very latest there?
Yeah, good morning, Kate. The flames have died down here in Horry County, which is a welcome blessing for the firefighters that are working on getting those hundreds of fires contained. This is the big one, though, the one that's burning behind me this morning in the Carolina forest. The humidity, though, in the air has really helped improve conditions, but over the weekend it was just absolutely disastrous. You could see the haze still blanketing this part of the state. Well, even miles away, 10 miles away, there along the beach in Myrtle Beach, raining ash down, fueled by those whipping winds, about 35 mile per hour winds that was just really fueling disastrous conditions. We want to bring in South Carolina Forestry Commission, Russell Hubright. Tell us about what's going on this morning. What are you guys dealing with?
Good morning, Nick. So as you mentioned, haze and smoke is a real problem right now. Two aspects. One of just our firefighters driving around through the area, using their bulldozers, trying to figure out where they are. The second is aircraft. So they can't really do any water drops this morning because they can't see. You know, it's a blanket of fog.
You were telling me about 175 fires. I mean, explain that to us. How is that possible?
Right. So Saturday in particular was a big day. Yeah, over 150 fires across the state. Now, most of those fires we were able to contain at under 100 acres, and that's fairly common. So we will have 3,000 or 4,000 fires during a whole year, but the vast majority of those are small. This one is an outlier.
And those rural fire departments really get on those smaller fires. Talk to us about the threat here. Structures have been threatened. Residents have been evacuated. What's the status right now?
So as you mentioned, numerous structures threatened, a lot of homes evacuated. Those evacuations have been lifted, which is great this morning. So folks are back in. There's a great presence of the fire service just in case it needed in those neighborhoods. So looking a lot better this morning.
Yeah, visibility is still a major issue. Russell, we'll let you get back to it. We know you have hundreds of personnel working on these fires. They're going to be doing that all day long. Thankfully, though, those flames have died down, and they're hoping that these improved conditions will help them get a handle on these fires and not get them out of control here and cause this haze to further impacts these residents in this community.
Several fires were also reported in North Carolina, threatening some of the areas still recovering from the disaster that was left behind from Hurricane Helene. Let's talk about that. Joining me right now is Bobby Arledge. He's the director of the Polk County Emergency Management in North Carolina. Thank you so much for taking some time. What is the very latest on the fires, on the situation in your county right now?
Good morning. In Polk County this morning, the fire is 481 acres. We're about 30% containment as of this morning.
I've seen that the weather forecast is supposed to improve today, kind of by and large, winds dying down, cooler temperatures setting in. What's that going to mean for your crews?
It's a big help for our crews, especially with the winds and the first day of the fire. You know, winds were pushing the fire everywhere. With the winds being calmed down, we're able to get lines in, reinforce lines we've already got, do some backburn operations, and protect structures that's are in danger.
Now, we're also, as I mentioned, we're also talking about an area that is still recovering from the horrible effects of Hurricane Helene. Now, add all of this now in. I mean, what have these natural disasters done to the region? What have they meant for your county?
This county, this area that hit is one of the hardest hit by Helene. The whole county was hit, but this area that we're in, where this fire up here was one of the worst areas impacted by Helene. So they're still in the midst of cleaning up. We still have damage to structures. We still have people trying to get their lives back together. Now we have this, so it's heartbreaking for us as emergency responders. For these folks, it's still trying to get their lives back together.
I mean, we're talking about you've people who've lost, everything in Hurricane Helene. They're trying to pick up the pieces, many of them trying to rebuild their homes. And are these some of the very same homes that are now threatened by these fires?
Some are, yes.
Do you have everything? Do you have everything you need? Do you need help? What's the coordination with the state? What about from the federal government as well?
State has been great. They've offered, additional fire resources for us. So they're here on the ground with us working. We've had, tremendous turnout from our mutual aid partners throughout North Carolina and South Carolina. We've got fire departments from North and South Carolina here working the fire. Try to give some of our local guys a break that were here for the first couple of days. So we've had really good luck, with state partners.
That's great to hear. Bobby Arledge, thank you very much for taking the time. Good luck out there. My goodness.